Beyond seawalls and revetments, which are now being required to be raised, there are no flood control devices for the up to 100 towns along the Massachusetts coast. RSA's permanently mounted movable barrier flood wall system is made to rise from below ground to prevent overtopping from tidal flooding or from hurricanes. Then, after the flood has subsided, the system is retracted back into its housing for reuse. This year saw deadly sequential nor'easters devastating Massachusetts coastline and inland areas with severe flooding. RSA's movable barrier flood wall system is a precast concrete flood wall mounted underground inside a concrete U-channel that is made to rise or lower to prevent flooding. Here is a rendering of the flood wall mounted inside the foundation. Transparent views of the concrete shows the electric winch motor that raises and lowers the flood wall. The system also has an internal drain system to remove any leakage from both the flood side and the dry side. The fully assembled precast concrete flood wall can be made in one piece with various system elements mounted directly to inserts that are cast into the flood wall. The foundation can be cast in place for long lengths or made as a single part precast. It too has cast-in inserts to mount system elements to. The motive part of the system is mounted inside a concrete bump out just below grade and connects to the base of the flood wall and to the back wall of the foundation. The long-length system is produced by combining these units together. One large benefit of the MBFS is that except for the ends, there are no requirements for above-ground structures for the entire length of the flood wall line. A proof of concept 1:5 working scale model shows that when the flood walls are raised, as the reservoir is flooded with 50 gallons of flood water, there isn't one drop of leakage. Multiple applications detail the usefulness of the invention. The scale model demonstrates the working vertical and horizontal seals. In addition, it details the swing-out uplocks. These items are redundant structures that keeps the flood wall in the up position. The uplocks are designed to be manually closed and manually locked. This requires personnel to be at the site to inspect the system to see if any debris needs to be removed prior to lowering the flood walls. A connected steel cover allows for a 20,000-pound axle of a semi-truck to safely drive over the system. The steel top also protects the various rubber gaskets from UV exposure. In addition, it keeps various critters and dust and oils out. The system has been designed and patented with a variety of configurations developed to work across the changing site conditions to maintain the monolithic flood line. The system can turn corners, change elevation, change flood wall height, and have means for utilities to pass through a solid foundation element underground. Working with Muser Rutledge consulting engineers, who reviews then analyzes the supplied soils reports, underground and underwater encumbrances report, hydraulic maps, FEMA flood zone maps, and the FEMA P55 design criteria document, they will develop the full floodline underground foundation design. The flood wall is produced inside a passive mold that should be placed near the site to avoid long-range freighting. The cast-in-place foundation should be developed for long lengths. The MBFS is a fully scalable flood control system that ranges from 3 feet to 20 feet of above-ground hurricane protection. These larger systems are produced using cast parts that are assembled and connected using post-tensioned rods. Larger motors for the winch systems are used for these applications. In order to release any accumulated ponded water on the safe side, when the flood walls are up, passive drains lead that water into the foundation. And along with the leakage from the flood side are both pumped out of the system against head back into the flood zone. Elastomeric gaskets are sandwiched between steel elements to secure the horizontal seals. Flat sheet elastomeric gaskets are cut and positioned on both sides of the flood wall to produce the vertical seals. To construct a full-size system, a test setup is proposed where 2 9-foot-tall by 10-foot-long concrete panels are mounted underground into their foundation housing. These flood walls are raised 5 feet above grade, where 4 feet is kept underground as draft. RSA and Muser Rutledge calculates each system using the FEMA P55 Coastal Construction Manual.